Right now, groups in support of Israel and Palestine converge in Madison to show signs of solidarity as the fighting in Gaza nears 2 weeks.
And new tonight, Hamas released 2 hostages with ties to the Midwest. The father of one of them speaks out upon hearing his daughter is safe.
And the road to Camp Randall begins tonight for high school football teams around southern Wisconsin, a special playoff edition of the Final Drive. It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 10. As the fighting in the Middle East between Israel and Hamas nears 2 weeks now, we're seeing how that conflict is impacting us here in Madison.
If you were downtown earlier today, you may have seen or even heard 2 groups, one rallying in support of Israel, the other in support of Palestine. Arman Rahman shares what supporters on each side are saying.
Yeah, guys, I was at the Free Palestine rally while another News 3 crew covered a Shabbat in Strength event supporting Israel earlier tonight. Both communities delivered impassioned pleas for support and peace.
I'm here because I'm trying to show my support for my country.
Laith Jaraba is Palestinian and has family in the West Bank. But others gathered Friday have lost loved ones to the violence in Gaza.
I got a WhatsApp message from my cousin telling me that my uncle, sister-in-law, her husband, and her 6-month-old granddaughter had all been killed in the bombing of the Greek Orthodox Church in Gaza.
Meanwhile, at Library Mall on campus, Israelis and members of the Jewish community came together in solidarity.
I have dozens of friends, some of them my best friends, in the army.
Yaakov Siegel feels supported after President Biden's promise of military aid and support.
And we finally have the ability to speak out and to defend ourselves.
As Israel continues firing back on Gaza, the humanitarian crisis worsens.
Civilian lives are being taken more than anything.
Jaraba says those are the people who need to see the fighting end.
We just would like a ceasefire at some point, just so Palestinians can have some aid, just so a little kid can drink as much water as he wants.
Siegel says as a Jew, he's feeling the non-Jewish community stand with him.
I wear my yarmulke in public, and everywhere I've gone, there's been someone that's tapped me on the shoulder and says, I stand with you.
Jaraba feels that too often his people don't get the same strong international support.
It's often thought that if you're Middle Eastern, you're automatically a terrorist, and that can't be furthest from the truth. A lot of Palestinians, including myself, condemn Hamas. I don't think killing civilians is right at all. Palestinians have been getting murdered at unprecedented rates throughout the last couple decades.
A tale of 2 communities that at their core share hope for peace.
It's not political, it touches us in our hearts. All I want is just for it to stop.
And now both organizations were organized by UW campus groups but attracted support from many in the wider community.
Arman, thank you. One small sign of progress in the Middle East, Hamas has released 2 American hostages. This is a photo of Judith Ty Renan and her 17-year-old daughter, Natalie Renan, with Israel Defense Force soldiers. The mother and daughter from Chicago. They were visiting relatives in a kibbutz that was attacked nearly 2 weeks ago.
I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, for 2 weeks. I haven't been sleeping for 2 weeks. Tonight I'm going to sleep good.
So far, the Renans are the only hostages to be released as other Americans remain missing.
We welcome their release. We share in the relief that their families, friends, and loved ones are feeling. But there are still 10 additional Americans who remain unaccounted for in this conflict.
Hamas says the release was done for humanitarian reasons because the mother is in poor health.
Live look tonight at the state capitol from the Edgewater Tower Cam. It is finally Friday night. If you have any outdoor weekend plans, keep them, but you're going to need a jacket possibly. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi shares the details in the First Warn forecast.
Well, you know, this is, we're getting into the last third of October, so really having a jacket handy probably should be par for the course at this time of year. As we take a look at the time lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam, some morning clouds gave way to sunshine by mid to late morning and then bright sunshine through the afternoon hours. Just a few fair weather cumulus clouds, and skies are mainly clear as we headed towards sunset, but there are some showers now moving into northwestern Wisconsin, and these are sliding southeastward, and will probably bring some clouds and the potential for some showers, mainly north and east of Madison later on tonight and into tomorrow morning, but they're not going to be very widespread. High temperatures today, generally in the lower 60s from Madison westward. East of Madison, a few places stayed in the upper 50s, a little more cloud cover. Those are the high temperatures. You can see lower 60s, upper 50s to the east. Now temperatures are mainly in the 40s, but they're not going to change very much because the cloud cover that will be coming in later on tonight will actually keep those temperatures nearly steady. Here in Dane County, it's 43 right now. Madison, 43. in Middleton and 45 degrees in Oregon. Look for skies to be partly cloudy overnight and then turning mostly cloudy, maybe a shower north and east of Madison. Temperatures nearly steady in the middle 40s. Later on, I'll take a look at better chances for rain next week and how much we can expect.
Madison police arrest 2 people last night downtown outside a restaurant. They say a woman and a man were involved in a knife fight. Happened about 10 p.m. near the corner of Pinckney and Mifflin Street. Police say a woman armed with a kitchen-style knife was threatening to kill a man, actively slashing at him when officers arrived. It's unclear what prompted the fight or the extent of the man's involvement. In Iowa County, improvements are needed for an intersection on Highway 18-151. It's between Dodgeville and Ridgeway, and a 74-year-old man was killed there yesterday while crossing the highway at County Highway Y. There have been 34 crashes at that intersection in the last 3 years. Iowa County Sheriff Michael Peterson says speeding, distracted driving, low visibility all contribute to the danger at the intersection. He says drivers getting on 18-151 from Highway Y sometimes misjudge the rate of speeds at which cars are traveling.
They're, most of the time stopping, but they're not able to tell the speeds and the depth, how quickly those cars are getting there, pulling out into traffic and causing collisions.
The Wisconsin Department of Transportation is planning a safety project to update the intersection, but is still in the early planning stages. They expect to start design work by early next year. Construction is currently scheduled for 2027, something Sheriff Peterson says is not soon enough.
Quick Trip is sharing more details about last week's system outage. Officials say it was caused by a cybersecurity incident. It disrupted Quick Trip's production facilities in La Crosse, internal communication systems, and the company's loyalty program. The investigation is still in early stages and could take some time to complete. Vice President of External Relations John McHugh said in a statement, "At this time, there is no indication that any guest payment card information was involved in the incident." He also said most internal systems are working and Quick Rewards is back online at many stores. The Wisconsin Book Festival is back now through Sunday. Presented by the Madison Public Library, the festival brings published authors and writers into town for lecture series. The festival has an in-depth schedule of accomplished writers from all different genres, so no matter what or who you read, someone's lecture may appeal to you. According to the event's director, being able to connect with each other through stories is what brings many bookworms out to the festival.
It's so simple reading and so timeless, but it's such a magical, special thing to connect with someone in that way and to be in a shared space to learn and ask questions and, spark a conversation. So I think that's what everyone's really excited for.
The Central Library hosts many of the lectures, but there are a few other venues on the Isthmus. To see a schedule or who's speaking and when, visit wisconsinbookfestival.org.
The Wisconsin DNR asking hunters to avoid placing your deer stands in or around ash trees. Those trees continue to struggle. Most of the ash trees in southern Wisconsin are dead or dying due to an invasive emerald ash borer. It makes the branches weak, causing them to snap unexpectedly. You can spot an ash tree by looking at its branches or leaves. Ash trees have opposite branching patterns. 2 branches come off a main stem directly across from one another. City of Beloit will begin its free yard waste collection at the end of this month. Collection will run from October 30th to November 16th on your regularly scheduled trash day. Residents should gather leaves, grass clippings, and garden debris in paper yard waste bags. Bags should be placed 3 feet from your regular trash on the curb. Turning to national news now, the third time was not the charm for Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan in his quest for the Speaker's gavel. He's bowing out of the race for House Speaker after Republicans removed him as their nominee. The final vote was 194 for Jordan and 210 for Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. Jordan says he plans to turn his attention back to chairing the House Judiciary Committee.
I felt it was important that we all know, get an answer to the question if they wanted me to continue in that role. And so we put the question to them. They made a different decision.
Several House Republicans confirmed the plan is to hold a forum for House Speaker candidates on Monday. The party is scrambling to agree on someone to elect so the chamber can resume its normal work. What's the key to a long, happy marriage? For one Alabama couple, the secret is sharing the same sandwich at the same restaurant every day of the week.
Well, not quite every day of the week because that restaurant is Chick-fil-A. James and Shirley Bailey, both 90 years young, have been married for 70 years. 3 years ago, they tried Chick-fil-A for the very first time. They split a deluxe chicken sandwich and waffle fry, and they bought their own Diet Cokes. And since the pandemic began, they have eaten the same items each and every day, except Sundays, of course.
And we did not want to eat lunch at home, so we came up here. and we stayed.
We got to where we enjoyed just getting and parking and eating half a sandwich. It was good.
They're parking. Perhaps James and Shirley have discovered the formula of a long life, staying together, sharing stories and memories, and eating from the same sandwich just to show that they are one.
Hey, they were together for a long time before Chick-fil-A came into the equation there. All right, don't go anywhere. Still ahead, Gary's back. A complete check of your full first warn forecast.
Plus, win or go home. Playoffs are here for several high school football teams across southern Wisconsin. Zach and Andrew have the top plays and scores with the final drive.
Your first place. How do you get to the top? Just keep on climbing. Yours, Tacoma.
Right now, get 3.99% APR for 48 months on a new 2023 Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places.
Get 50% off lists during the Big Fall Home Sale at Slumberland Furniture and one of our best finance sales of the year. Pay no interest for 3 years. Get this stylish sectional for just $7.99. Looking for reclining? Get this super comfortable reclining sofa for just $5.55. Plus lots and lots of other incredible deals, like a 4-piece modern bedroom group for just $9.99, up to 50% off. The Big Fall Home Sale, one of our best finance sales of the year, only at Slumberland Furniture.
I had a lot of bad days with gout, but that one took the wedding cake. Even with medicine, my uric acid was still too high to stop painful gout buildup. Then a gout specialist told me about Cristexa.
Cristexa is a prescription medicine for adults with gout whose symptoms are not controlled by other gout medicines.
I learned Cristexa quickly starts working to break down gout buildup.
Cristexa is an infused medicine. Serious life-threatening allergic reactions can occur while taking Cristexa. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms such as shortness of breath, trouble breathing, dizziness, itching, or swelling of the throat or tongue. Cristexa is not recommended if you have high levels of uric acid without a history of gout. Do not take Cristexa if you have a rare disorder called G6PD deficiency or favism. Before receiving Cristexa, tell your doctor if you have a history of heart problems and all the medicines you take. Cristexa may cause gout flare-ups, allergic reactions, nausea, bruising, sore throat, constipation, chest pain, and vomiting.
I received Cristexa for about 6 months. Now I'm in control, not gout.
Find a doctor who specializes in gout at goutdocnow.com.
It's jaw-dropping, it's eye-popping, it's gut-busting. It's showtime. That's right. The whole world loves Beetlejuice. It's a rowdy, rambunctious, rollicking good time. And a big, fantastical funhouse. Beautiful. Everyone agrees this show is so good. You've never seen anything quite like. What else do you need to hear? Beetlejuice.
Coming to Overture Center January 9th through 14th.
Your first place. How do you get to the top? Just keep on climbing. Yours, Tacoma.
Right now, get 3.99% APR for 48 months on a new 2023 Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places.
From damaging drought to catastrophic flooding and severe storms in every season, the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team gives you a deeper understanding of Wisconsin's ever-changing weather with special reports that go beyond the barometer. Only on News 3 Now.
You know, we're getting closer to Halloween, and some of the viewer pictures that we've been getting actually look a little more spooky. This one from Mark Hahn near the Mississippi River. Boy, that looks kind of spooky with the dark clouds in the foreground. Send us your weather photos to firstwarn@wisctv.com by email, or you can do them directly through our First Warn weather app. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for cool weather with mainly dry conditions this weekend. Maybe a shower north and east of Madison tomorrow. But by Tuesday, high temperatures will jump into the upper 60s. That'll be for one day. Rain starts Monday and pretty much runs through Friday of next week with the possibility for even a couple of thunderstorms. And then from Friday night into next weekend, it's possible we could see a few flurries of snow mix in with the rain. Tonight, we're just seeing rain showers from northeastern Minnesota now into northwestern Wisconsin, and 6-hour future track radar takes those showers to the south and east. So areas north and east of Madison will be more likely to see them through the overnight hours. And you can see future track precipitation, generally less than 1/10 of an inch of rain for most areas south and west of Madison. Not looking for any rain at all. But additional rainfall for next week, and again, this is in the Monday through Friday time frame, and maybe even a little bit into next weekend. But you can see general 1 to 1.5 to maybe 2 inches of rain, especially in areas that get a heavier thunderstorm. That's more likely over southwestern Wisconsin, but that'll be a good soaking rain as well. On weather track, upper level winds are from the northwest right now, and that's keeping our temperatures a little bit on the cool side, and also bring down these showers with a reinforcing shot of cool air right behind them. In fact, there's actually a cold front up to the north near Lake Superior, and that will drop southward and drop our temperatures and also bring strong winds as we head into the day tomorrow. So that will kind of add to the chill. Planning your night, look for the possibility for a couple of showers north and east of Madison by early tomorrow morning. Then a little bit of a break in the clouds for the morning, and then some more clouds coming in the afternoon. Again, can't rule out an isolated shower north and east of Madison. Areas to the south and west will probably stay dry, and then those showers will probably wind down sometime early on Saturday evening, and skies will start to clear out later Saturday night. Planning your day across Dane County for Saturday, high 56 in Belleville, 56 in Waunakee, 57 in Middleton. And remember, it'll also be kind of windy as well. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 59 for the high in Janesville, 59 in Lone Rock, and 59 in La Crosse. For tomorrow for Madison, look for a high temperature of 57 degrees. It'll be windy, and again, a shower chance north and east of town. First warn 7 to 10 day forecast, those temperatures on the cool side for the weekend. Now, there'll be a quick warm up as we head into the early part of next week. Notice those high temperatures in the upper 60s by Tuesday, but just as quickly, we'll see those showers and perhaps even a thunderstorm, and that gives way to cooler weather as we head toward next weekend. That's when we could see a few flakes of snow mix in as well.
All right.
I'm here.
Come on in.
Well, welcome. Please join us abruptly. Get ready for the football show. Don't go anywhere, because Friday night football highlights, the playoff edition, are on the way.
Don't forget, do something good. And the final drive starts right now.
Welcome into a special Level 1 playoff edition of the Final Drive. I'm Zach Hanley. He's Andrew Banstra, and the road to Camp Randall officially starts tonight.
Yeah, Zach, and just 4 wins gets you a shot at taking home that state championship, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We have to take it 1 week at a time, and no one knows that any better than Verona. And for as much dominance as the Wildcats have had over the last couple of years, they haven't won a playoff game since 2016. To buck that trend, they'd have to stay in the Big 8, hosting Janesville Parker, who lost by 3 points to Verona earlier this year. Wildcats leading 7-zip in the second quarter. Parker punts and it's blocked. Lucas Strasser gets his hand on it, and it's scooped up by Rowan Boniface. Just like that, Verona in scoring position, and they would capitalize. These two are a better combination than peanut butter and jelly. Elijah Lagomasino to Mike Velichka for the touchdown. Make it 13-0 Verona. And then to start the second half, Parker kicking off, and you didn't think we'd make it all the way throughout this highlight without mentioning Trey Poteet now, did you? Poteet fields it from the 10, turns on the burners. He'd pick up a big block, and number 3 has that turf-burning speed. Chugging and lugging all the way to the 20-yard line, and the 70-yard return would set up this. Feed the rock to Chase Bredesen and get out of the way. Touchdown Wildcats, and they would never look back. Verona gets their first playoff win since 2016 and win it 25-0, the final. Elsewhere in Division I, Sun Prairie's West season comes to an end. The Wolves finish 5-5 in year 2 of the program, and Middleton takes down Memorial 28-20. So next week it'll be a level 2 matchup between Verona and Middleton.
Last season, Sun Prairie East reached level 3 of the playoffs, where they fell to eventual Division II champ Kettle Moraine. This year, the Cardinals come rolling into the postseason, winners of 6 straight. East hosting Hartford in their playoff opener. Orioles driving in the first quarter on 4th down. They decide to go for it, and Reed Genders picks up the first and more. He runs it in to make it 7-0 Hartford, but Sun Prairie East would answer in a big way. Drew Cavanaugh hits Cooper White, and the dude's got some wiggle to him. White makes one man miss and then throws up the deuces. Cardinals go on to win 38-31. They'll face Monona Grove, who beat Nicolet in level 2 of the playoffs. Some other scores from D2. Waunakee moves on to level 2 with a 49-6 win over Holman. The Warriors will face the Redhawks of La Crosse Central, who beat DeForest, and Beaver Dam fell to Slinger 38-28.
After an undefeated season, Mount Horeb was rewarded a top seed in Division III. Casey Helgeson is a big reason for that. He's top 10 in the entire state in passing yards and touchdowns, which left the Vikings hosting 3-6 Seymour tonight. But the second you reach this level one, you take no opponent for granted. Vikings learned that lesson quickly. First minutes of the game, Seymour's Xavier Salzman on the direct snap, and he wiggles his way in for the score. Just like that, MHB trails by a touchdown. But here come the Vikings. It's every single week with these two right here. They torch defenses and take names. Casey Helgeson puts it right in Chris Keel's breadbasket, 45-yard bomb, and that big gainer would set up this. Mount Horeb, that's Casey Helgeson on the read option, keeps it himself and bruises defenders on the way to the promised land. They get the touchdown and the two-point conversion and a whole lot more points. They go on to win it 41-20. MHB will play Baraboo next week, who beat Toma. Looking around for some other scores in D3, the Cheesemakers of Monroe took it to New Berlin. Meanwhile, McFarland went down to Milwaukee and took care of business, winning 38-10. And in other news, Stoughton lost tonight to Greendale.
Down in Division 4, the Hillmen continued their winning ways, knocking off the Eagles of Jefferson 35-21. That sets up a Platteville-Lakeside Lutheran matchup in Level 2. Lodi and Lake Mills also moved on in D4 from our area, while Wisconsin Dells had their season come to an end. The reward for going 8-1 in the regular season, dominating just about everyone on their schedule and finishing second in the Capital Conference, a 3 seed in the Division 5 bracket. Kind of a head-scratcher if you're Columbus, but I'm sure they'll use it as motivation. The reigning state champs open up with Broadhead Judah. First quarter, Cardinals on the move thanks to who else? Colton Brunel, the senior, needed 183 yards to break the state's all-time rushing record. He did that and then some. That tutty puts Columbus up 7-0, but it wasn't all Brunel tonight. Connor Roche, he can scoot too. He gets to the sidelines, turns on the Jets, and finds pay dirt. Cards go up 14-zip. And then later, check this out. It's Peyton Powers setting his feet and chucking it deep to Brady Link. And that's a snag in the end zone. Columbus gets a 49-0 win. They'll face Prairie du Chien next Friday.
Last year, Marshall made it all the way to Level 3 in the playoffs, and they return with a vengeance. Marshall marches back into the playoffs this year on the backs of a potent offense. The 8-1 Cardinals hosted Howard's Grove in Level 3. 3 minutes left in the half, and we are still scoreless. Howard's Grove trying to change that. Trent Grunewald hands off to Tyler Rittenhouse, and it's a touchdown. 6-0 Howard's Grove as we head into half. And then in the third quarter, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Grunewald again hands off to Rittenhouse, who's got a house call. Howard's Grove makes it 14-0. They go on to win it 14-6 to knock off number 9 Marshall. Some more scores from Division 6. Darlington tops Belleville. They'll get their Swall rival Mineral Point next week. Meanwhile, Lancaster takes down Cambridge. They'll face Kenosha St. Joseph, who beat Cuba City tonight.
And finally, in Division 7, Potosi-Cassville advances to Level 2. They'll face River Ridge, who beat Highland, while Johnson Creek also moving on. They get Blackhawk Warren next week. Cambria, Friesland, and Randolph were also winners tonight. And still to come, the Badgers had to wait until the third period to light the lamp against the Beavers. Why it was worth the wait for Wisconsin. We got more sports after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Have you ever been challenged? Been tried? Made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here? There? Places no one should go. If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Choose FlexBuy on a new 2024 Ford Edge. Pick up 1.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,000 FlexBuy cash and $1,000 low APR cash.
At Informed Choice Insurance Agency, we're proud of our 5-star reviews.
My agent Matthew explained everything about Medicare. He took the time to show me several different plans and the plus and minuses of each policy.
Get 5-star service at Informed Choice Insurance Agency.
I suffer with psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis. I was on a journey for a really long time to find some relief. Cosentyx works for me.
Cosentyx helps real people get real relief from the symptoms of psoriatic arthritis or psoriasis, serious allergic reactions, severe skin reactions that look like eczema, and an increased risk of infections, some fatal, have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine or plan to, or if IBD symptoms develop or worsen.
I move so much better because of Cosentyx.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentyx.
Save on your next project with 11% off everything at Menards. Update the floors in your home with Great Lakes vinyl flooring. It's a perfect addition for any room in your home. Find a wide selection of waterproof and durable floors that are easy to install. Great Lakes vinyl floors also feature an attached pad for comfort and noise reduction. Heritage vinyl plank is only $329 per square foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
If you have Medicare and Medicaid, you may be eligible to get extra benefits with iCare's dual eligible special needs plans. Our members get $1,800 per year with a card that's loaded monthly to pay for items such as eligible groceries, over-the-counter items, rent, and utilities. Whatever you don't spend carries over each month. Call us today, and a licensed sales agent will help you find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Schedule your comprehensive eye exam at shopko.com or bring in your outside prescription.
Nobody's been more dominant to start the year than the reigning national champs. It's been 6 games and 6 wins for Wisconsin, where they're averaging 9 goals per game. UW looking to make it 10 straight over Bemidji State, but the Beavers were making it tough. Scoreless after 2, Badgers would break through not even a minute into the 3rd period. Casey O'Brien cleans up the mess in front of the net. Wisconsin goes up 1-0, and that was all Jane Gervais needed. The netminder stopped all 14 shots she faced. Badgers blanked the Beavers 4-0, the final. The Badger men were back on the road. Wisconsin taking on Michigan Tech. Time winding down in the second. UW down 2-1. David Cilia dekes the keeper to tie it up with 8 seconds left in the period. Still tied in the 3rd, that is, until Daniel Lash puts the shot on net, and good things happen. That'd be the game winner. Badgers beat the Huskies 4-2, the final. There's a lot of storylines ahead of Wisconsin's matchup against Illinois. There's the revenge factor from last season's result, the first start for Braden Locke, and then all the former Badgers who are now coaches for the Illini. Then you have Will Pauling. The sophomore is heading back to his home state to play, and that means everybody's asking for tickets. So besides preparing for the Illini, he's been looking to trade.
Some teammates, they're kind of smart and they kind of trade off with you. Then some guys are just like, yeah, take them, sure. But yeah, I've definitely been giving the word out that I need tickets this week. My mom wanted me to at least get 12 tickets, so let's try to make that happen. If not, I don't know, my dad's gonna have to make some magic happen over there.
And we're back after this.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Elevate your savings at the Century House. Right now, buy stressless recliners, sofas, and office chairs and earn up to $1,500 credit toward the purchase of additional stressless furniture. Or receive $400 off the purchase of any stressless signature base or cross-base recliner and ottoman. Don't wait. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
In Arby's opinion, the cheesesteak is perfect. And you don't mess with perfection. Arby's does. Arby's, we have the meats.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. Because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
The Friends of the Middleton Performing Arts Center presents Through the Years with the Kenny Rogers Band, featuring Don Gatlin. Saturday, October 21st at 7:30. Tickets available online now.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Closed captioning sponsored by Community Shares of Wisconsin's Workplace Giving Campaign.
Some might call this the dream team, Gary.
I think so.
I've heard it been called that.
It's a nice forecast for the weekend, after a nice night for football. But there are some showers north of, in the northern part of the state. Those will affect areas mainly north and east of Madison, and you can see on 6-hour future track radar by maybe 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and start to get on toward Beaver Dam. So everybody else will stay dry, and it should be a nice weekend overall.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Gary. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.
Have a great night.